Okay. First, I have a question for you. Very unlike that dog over there, who feels that they need to get some good exercise here and there? Okay, okay. So, like this dog, who feels the need that they don't have enough of an exercise both physically and mentally? Okay. Well, do I have an offer for you? Hello, good afternoon, or morning. My name is Jaron House, and I'll be trying to convince you of why you should try out Kendo. My main points being, I'll be explaining the physical, mental, and spiritual benefits of Kendo, and I'll be giving some insight of how my particular dojo works and why it's a great first-timer for you guys. First, the physical benefits. Could I get some opinions of what you guys think are the muscles or muscle groups used in Kendo? Yeah?
Your arms?
Arms, okay. Anybody?
Core, yeah. I'm going to
Core?
go with Jenna, core.
Actually, you're pretty close, but actually, Kendo is one of the few main sports that uses the majority of your muscles in Kendo. But yes, primarily for those who are curious, I found a source from a person named Neil who, from his experience of Kendo and what he could gather from the internet, the primary muscles are used for your legs, mostly your hamstrings and your calf for obviously your footwork. And then your glutes for the same kind of footwork, and your core to maintain your very straight, balanced position. But yes, your chest core and your arm core for that swing. Others being your wrist, because in Kendo we don't hammer things down. Has anybody went fishing and how they have to flick the rod to get that distance, right? Same idea when you swing a shinai or a sword in Kendo. Other than that, the main thing is your heart and cardio. Kendo is very stamina consuming, which makes it for a great cardio workout. See, this is me first day of Kendo. Look at this guy. One of those arms, right? And this is me today in Kendo. You know, then again, I didn't have much to improve on, did I? That's, of course, I need to be fair, and so there's some risks to Kendo, but from my experience, the only time where people get hurt in Kendo is when you or your opponent really mess up their Kendo. Examples being when people miss their armor points. When people miss their armor points, hitting way too hard, again with that right hand rather than that flicking left, and bad footwork, where you do footwork and you trip on yourself. That has happened to me with this. It hurts a little bit. And probably one of the main, if I can have my volunteer, a lot of research there has been research of the injury rate of Kendo. Good news, comparatively, it is one of the safest martial arts you can do with less than 1 injury per hour. But the majority of the injuries are with abrasions, strains and abrasions involving your wrists, ankles, and such. And that is just poor Kendo. So let me show you an example. So, if my volunteer can stay, don't worry. A good hit is something like this, where my wrist is locked in place, very straight. A bad hit is when I do something like this, where my wrist is stretched out, my tendon stretching out. And not only am I doing harm to myself, I'm hitting them on the scalp where the helmet here is pretty thin. I have actually, last practice, got hit right there and I leaned in. So the shinai hit me at the scalp last night and I almost had a concussion. I couldn't do this, but I did it anyways. All right, next idea is focus. Focus, self-explanatory of when, I guess I can assume everybody has that sibling when you're trying to work on your working outline for your presentation, but they're blasting music or yelling in the other room. And you have to kind of ignore that and focus on your work. Same idea. Kendo requires a lot of that focus. This is me, this is a clip of mine during my promotion exam. I am now a brown belt in Kendo. I got that from October. I was so focused on that where I could tell he's coming, bam. Example, and a better example of when I'm not focused is there's one practice when my friend and I, Rick, were about to spar, and I thought to myself during the formalities of like bowing, then sonkyo, or I was thinking to myself, you know what, practice is pretty chill today, not really that hardcore. It's going to be pretty much a passive and defensive match. No, it wasn't. Immediately charged at me, wailed on me, hit, and I was like, whoa. And I got knocked out of focus. And I couldn't predict or I couldn't react to him. And I just got wailed on for the first 30 seconds of the match. I just could not fight him. Next is the spirit part. I tried thinking of a way to try to summarize it, but I found a perfect quote for this. It's keeping your full concentration and enthusiasm no matter what the situation. And I will be honest with you guys, this is one of the things I'm lacking with my Kendo. I rarely fight against people who are similar rank than I am. I constantly spar with black belts of various degrees, and it can get very, very mentally exhausting. You know, wake up to go to Kendo and you're thinking, I'm just going to get hit. What's the point? Why should I even go? But that's why I do Kendo. So I can learn to persevere, because everybody has their struggles, will go through their struggles, and some people just can't climb that hill. Kendo is how I practice climbing any and all hills. And my point about this is, you can join Kendo for any reason. This is just one of my reasons I'm in Kendo. So let's get into the Shin Fresno Dojo and its unique benefits. Not copyright and not sponsored. First, what's a dojo without its sensei? This is Sakazaki Sensei and I. He has over 70 years of experience. He's a good and fun person. Just look at that smile. There's a twinkle in his eye every time. And his teaching style is very traditional, but relaxed. You know, whenever I mess up, or if a new student would mess up, we're not, you messed up, blah, 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 blah. I'm not yelling at them like I did with my first presentation. It's more like, hey, you messed up. You gotta, this is how you do it right. The only time where we're kind of strict about it is when we're really concerned of their or other people's safety. And we're easy on new students because we get it, you're new. The money cost, I'm assuming that you're new to Kendo, so I won't get too much detail about clothes and armor. But Sensei Sakazaki charges only $30 a month if you're committed. Of course, when you want to try something out, we're not immediately charging you. You can come in for the first couple of weeks for free and get an idea of what you're doing. And shinais may be loaned to you if it's the right size for you. And I always carry 2 shinais. I can loan you mine if you're the right size for it. And practice. We have consistent practices on Tuesday and Thursdays, 7 p.m. to about 8:30 to 9:30, and it's only a 4-mile drive to Fresno State. I will pass out flyers giving the exact details of location and times. And Tuesdays is where I would recommend you going, because we have a lot of our newer students here. Look at those kids. They're kids doing Kendo. And they look up to me too. So I even get that practice of how to be a proper role model. In conclusion, I explained to you the effects of Kendo regarding your mind, body, spirit, and I give you a little bit of insight on Sensei Sakazaki, the details of the dojo, and the financial cost of it. I hope you consider my offer. Thank you for your time.